Alright, good evening. It's time for another World Cup of Design playthrough. This evening we'll be checking out Northward Ho by axelvonfersen. Um, let's see what he had to say. No preferred wins. Other comments for the judges. Fun must be had always. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, so as I've been saying at the beginning of all these, I have not seen any of these courses yet, at least not in their finished form. I'm just kind of giving my first impressions here. We're playing with 281 driver. I'm going to stick with pro difficulty. Um, and I play without the scout cam, and I also play without the follow cam. Okay, so wide open feel on this one. It looks like we're in, I believe this is Boreal theme, judging by the backdrop. I could be wrong. I'm not good at calling out themes. So, first hole looks pretty straightforward. Just kind of pinch down in the landing area. Basically just asking me to put a drive in between the bunkers. Obviously went with kind of a foggy, overcast look here. Very green textures. So it kind of feels like, sort of like springtime, maybe early springtime. Oh, I knew that was slow. Got a decent kick, though. Alright, let's check out the green here. So it kind of just gently slopes right to left. Certainly feels like, yeah, I mean, it looks like the green's pretty well protected from the right, so you might have, laid out the hole to kind of, suggest that, maybe get people to play a little further out to the right. Instead, I was kind of forced to just play it up the left and have a better angle in. Okay, so we got a par 3 slightly down the hill here. Looks like we kind of got like a rocky outcropping framing the back, providing the backdrop to the green here. Alright, well short. Yeah, the pin's kind of up on a little shelf there. So we kind of got like a two-tiered green and then a fall off to the right. Definitely using these kind of like distressed textures, it makes it a little hard to see the land, the sculpting sort of, especially with without any shadows, which can be a double-edged sword. It makes the course look a little more muted and flat, but it also can hide it can kind of hide sculpting that's maybe not the greatest. So it does have that going for it. Oh, there's a nice 3-putt. Alright, so we're not clearing this, that's for sure. I think we can just use this second bunker as an aiming point and go from there. Left us with a blind shot, but we didn't really have a choice. That turned out pretty well. I think we can check out the replay of that. Nice view of the sky. Okay, so it looks like this front part is on like a crown here. Big dip in the right side of the green there. You know, makes sense for a hole this short. It is kind of one of those deals where that red slope is just going to kind of deposit you in the heavy rough there. So it doesn't really, it just kind of leaves you with a really easy chip. It doesn't like feed you off into any low areas. So yeah. Makes sense to have a kind of a some violent green contours, given how long the hole is. Okay, so kind of looks like we got to play out to the right. We can kind of try and shorten the hole a little bit by playing towards the bunker. Okay, so we got a kind of a blind pitch, a blind wedge over the hill here. This probably isn't enough club. Maybe if we de-loft it a bit. Alright, so yeah, green kind of just slopes hard right to left. Again, a little bit more of that red slope that I was referring to on the last green. That's by the edge of the rough. That's I'm not saying you can never do it, but you just kind of got to be careful about it. Okay, so we got to be careful with this putt. Got some squirrels in the background. Okay, so here's one where we've got a little wider fairways, more options. It certainly looks like, you know, you have a better angle if you play down the right towards those two bunkers. This hole's got a little more elevation change to it than the other ones we've been playing. Got some farm buildings out in the distance there, maybe. Axel does like his farms, I think. Ooh, that was pretty close. Ooh, we almost made it. Okay. So I think I kind of mentioned this with Bears course. You kind of got like that high plateau on the left, but that kind of it seems like the high side of the green should be on the right if it's a green that kind of fits with its surroundings. Anyway, I'm gonna get another look at that shot. Oh yeah, it came really close. It's got the tracks there on the farm there. That's pretty neat. All right, 612. So definitely a three-shotter with mine. And then you got a pine tree in the middle of the fairway in the distance. So it looks like this is just kind of pinching down. That's kind of the design gambit off the tee here. $6.15. Please stay in the fairway. All right. Okay, so I think we should be fine if we play left of the tree. in between clubs a little bit here. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Yeah, again, if you're going to use these runoffs, I'd recommend running them off into something other than rough. Okay. So we got 164 downhill. The green kind of juts out into this, like a little some marshy land here. That was too much club. Yeah, so it's the green's sort of a very deep green, kind of a redan. Yeah, I'm gonna stop mentioning the red slopes going into the rough because I think it's been noted. Okay, so now we got this kind of really pinched fairway at about 276, and then you can kind of try and clear that low. Looks like it's a hill or something on the left there. I can't do it with this driver, so I'll just try and fit it in the tight spot there. And we didn't. Yeah, I think your grass is creeping in on your fairway a little bit right here. Alright, so I don't think we're getting home in two. We're just going to have to chop one down the fairway here. I know, right? Okay. And then this green kind of goes pretty hard right to left. And front to back. Maybe a little severe for a par 4 this long. I mean, it definitely works strategically. Like, you definitely want to be on the left side of the fairway, so no qualms with that. Alright, we might escape with a par. And we got a split fairway here. So I'm curious what's in between there. I think we can get away with it. Well, it's probably downhill, so I'm not sure we can. Maybe need to hit like a soft driver here. Or maybe yeah. I guess we could play down the adjacent fairway. That's an option. might lengthen the hole too much. Does give us a better angle though. Yeah, it's 278 to carry. I think we can make that. Well, anyway, I'm not going to do that though. I'm more curious about what this fairway looks like, so I'm going to play down that way. Let's see if I can just hit like a soft, like a slow. Hopefully that takes enough off it. Nah, I ran out of room. Yeah, so this kind of feels arbitrary. You know, you're just arbitrarily making me not hit a full driver. But yeah, next time I play it, I'm going down the other fairway so I can hit a driver, and it gives me a better angle. Right, I mean, if you compare this to, like, not to compare this to another World Cup course, but, what is it, 8 on Old Wickham Heath, where that's, like, got a big split in the fairway, but it's because there's this big landform where you just couldn't realistically put a fairway. This just feels like you're fucking with me. Okay. So we've got slightly elevated green here. Roll off to the right. That sculpting looks pretty good. Yeah, so the green's pretty much just sort of front to back. I'm not sure you can really hit this one in two, especially if the pin's left and you go for it. Not that you have to be able to do that. Alright, 10, downwind par 3, also downhill. Alright, I think we gotta hope an 8 iron's enough, because otherwise we're going long. Yeah, it almost got us hole high. Little bowl in the front right, shelf back right. Left side of the green looks a little flat. Maybe you could bring that landform on the left in a little closer. I mean, this chip is kind of no-brainer. I left it short. Okay, so we got a center line. I'm guessing that's like a rough patch of some kind. Alright. So, let's see. Green is slightly obscured. Nothing wrong with that. Kind of wraps around the bunker there, so I guess the thinking is you should be playing left of the mound. It kind of seems like your real options are go left of it or lay up short of it, I guess. I kind of went around, I guess, is what I did. I got a little fist pump, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, so the green's kind of like a lion's mouth here. So I'm guessing where the pin is supposed to sort of dictate which side you play for. Although I think you can kind of get it. You can get at most of them from either side. It seems like it's more about just shortening the hole. Alright, we got a par 5 here. I think we need to... I think we might have to shape one here. I like the look of this one, though. Very low profile. I can tell what the fairway's doing, and I could see that I wanted to hit a draw there because of the way the land went. Alright, so let's see, where's this? I think we gotta I guess we gotta carry that left bunker. I don't know if we can, it's uphill. So we might be playing for a bunker shot here. Or we can do that. Alright, so it looks like you're kind of dead if you go for it and you miss left. And then, okay, yeah, and then the green is kind of like in this pocket of out of bounds. It's not like, you know, bearing right down on you, but it's there. Okay, so 44. Downhill a bit. You kind of got this little subtle S-bend. I think I just need to aim for the right center of the fairway. Oh, that went down into like a depression. Alright, blind. So we're blind because we went left. Well, we're chopping this one up. And yeah, missing right is not the place to be. So, I mean, this green, it definitely looks like it's asking for a shot from the left. But the tee shot kind of feels like, you know, it's asking you to come in from the right, or to go to the right, because you run into that, you know, your tee shot goes down into that bowl, so it's like totally blind, but that is the angle to come in from, just looking at the green. So I don't know if this totally matches the strategy here. Alright, par 3. Green's just kind of bunkered front left, front right. Curious what the green looks like, because this one's fairly short. That's not going to be enough. So we'll try lofting an 8. Okay, so we got some false front action here, sort of. You kind of got that front left bowl, and then the back plateau there. So it's kind of like you got to hit the right sector or you're going to have a tough putt. And again, I think I mentioned this when I was playing Bears course. You got to be careful with putting really tall grass right around a tee box or where someone's liable to end up close to it, because it does tend to look a little unreal. All right, so we got the boundary hole, a la Royal St. Gerald's. Oh boy, that's could be trouble. All right, we just stayed in there. So yeah, you know, simple strategy, but really effective. You know, if you play left towards the boundary, you got a better angle into the green. If you shy away from the OB, you're gonna have downhill putt. But yeah, I think I might go back to playing master tempo again, because it just didn't. That second shot should have put the fear of God into me, but it didn't, because I just feel too confident with the tempo as I 3-putt. 16, another mid-length par 4. We got one of those little rough center line hazards. We might stay short of it. Well, we definitely will with that swing. Okay, so now we got a pretty lousy angle. Okay, so I feel like this is a theme I've seen several times already, where you have like a bunker guarding the front of one side of the green, and then on the other side you got a fall off. I mean, I see why you're doing it, because it does make it generally like it instills some kind of strategy to the hole. But I think you may have gone to the well a few too many times here. Well, really making a mess of the back nine here. Alright, so really long par 4. We will not be making that carry. That's not a criticism. I understand most people play a longer driver than I do. Okay, so I think we got enough green to work with here where we can just kind of land it over the bunker there and let it run towards the hole. Nice read. Okay, coming up 18. Ooh, we got to go around the field. All right, and yeah, I don't think we can't quite make it happen. Not with this wind. I think we'll be okay because we're into the wind up with an uphill lie, so I don't think we're going to get to the bunker with a 3-wood. Well, we got blind shot here. Is this like a Corin Crenshaw type green almost? I think we can go with a full lob wedge here. Okay, I don't know where that tempo came from. Hey, we chipped in to finish. Alright, not a very good back nine, but at least we finished on a good note. Okay, so I really dug the environment um, here. The off-course stuff was really good. Um, I thought the textures and the lighting, they worked together pretty well. Um, I thought the hole designs themselves, I think like the ones that I'm gonna remember the holes I'll remember the most are probably the out of bounds holes. Um, some of the ones on the interior of the course were they kind of ran together a little bit, if I'm being honest. And I mentioned a few things that you were kind of repeating a bit, like sort of the, you know, front bunker to one side and then the runoff on the other side. I saw that a lot of times, I felt. And then a few of the green runoffs going into heavy rough. That when you have those, then a lot of shots end up stopping in the same place. So that's not always good. But yeah, I think I like the environment, and I'm curious to see what it'd be like over 4 days. It was long on the card, but it didn't feel like it played that long. I might look at the scorecard here just to, because I did feel like I had a lot of sort of mid to long par fours, particularly on the back. But I mean, those back nine par fours, there's enough variety there. I'm not like super doctrinaire or formulaic about that sort of thing. I guess none of your par fours were under 400, so maybe you could have worked in maybe a trickier, shorter two-shotter in there at some point, but yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Again, enjoyed myself. Liked the texture work, the environment work, and all that stuff. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.